What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Filsinger Games Character Spotlight with Mike and Brock.
Mike,
I'm Brock, and since Pete isn't able to join us tonight, we're going to talk about Promoter Prime. Sorry, Promoter
Promoter
Madness.
Maddness.
Promoter Prime, something different. Promoter Madness. Mike has the book right there. Specifically, we're going to talk about two characters, Morbid. Ooh, that focused really well. And the Legacy. Oh, you got the cards too? Nice. We are prepared tonight.
Yeah, so we decided that this is a set no one's ever really touched, even talked about. So we decided to cover all three Promoter Madness sets. So we're going to put the GWF years on hold because we finished off.
hmm
We're gonna go through some Promoter Madness and any of the people we can get that created these characters. We're going to invite them on the show
hmm
to talk about their how they come up with guys.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
And then we'll give a dramatic reading of their people.
I actually have the handbook too, but I can't read, so I'll defer to you.
So let's start off with our late dear friend Henry McNair's character.
The Legacy.
It's weird because I don't have my stuff flipped, so it's like a mirror image.
It looks fine on my end, don't worry.
Oh, okay. On my end, it's backwards, and I'm like, oh. Okay. Originally from the famed Dorado star system, the Legacy, as he is called, came to the GWFZ as or Z, just
Yeah.
after spending most of his life as part of a monastery in the Triangulum called the Konig. The monastery is rich in history of producing expert fighters, great philosophers, and spiritual leaders, who are rumored to have ascended to the second and eventually first realm of existence. The legacy's real name is Jay Trun Moi. He carries on thousands of years old tradition after becoming the youngest fighter to ever win once in every 10-year tournament promoted by the Konag, called the Trial of Legacy. The Legacy is then released to find his destiny in the universe. Now 24 years old, he's entering the GWFZ in hopes of eventually conquer the even more difficult goals in the GWF. J. Tron Moi combines the toughness noted in the Dorado race with the skill and discipline learning from the Konog. Yeah, Konog, yeah. Street Fight is a series of deadly punches and kicks in his ninth chamber torture rack is one-legged Boston Crab where he reaches back with his free hand and grabs the opponent's chin lock. The finisher interpieces a sleeper hold couple with a nerve pinch. Can this young man of contrary lifestyles carry on the Dorado tradition and leave his mark upon the GWF one day? That's his background.
Cool. He did get three additional cards beyond this one, so he got updated a few times.
Yeah, Henry went all in on this guy.
hmm It's a really cool character because you can see him like getting more powerful as he goes. He always goes Super Saiyan at the end for those Dragon Ball fans.
I think uh, Henry was a big fan of the old Chinese martial arts movies,
hmm
36 Chamber and stuff like that. That or he was also a big fan of the Wu-Tang Clan,
Yeah, yeah.
one of the two.
Shaolin style.
I'm just checking up to see if this Koenig stuff is never looked it up, but this tournament Konog.
Seeing if it's a real thing.
Yeah,
Could be.
it's a big it's
There's
a
a
big
board game called
yeah, it's a
Konog.
board game, and so yeah, Henry just made it up. But you look at this character, this first one, because that's what we're covering. We're not covering the extended universe where you could
hmm
how this came about is Tom decided to give back to the promoters, and if you showed up at a convention, your name was put into a hat,
Hmm.
and if your name was drawn, then you got to create a character. And if I'm correct, Rob Bobien was the one that kind of
Yeah.
directed and ran with this,
Hmm.
and he was to make it so the guys weren't so tough they could run into the GWF and destroy everyone, but
Yeah. It was called the Bloodline rule. They couldn't be better than Bloodline. It was what I was told whenever I got chosen.
but his uh, his stats are identical to Count Necros.
Everything's average.
4 Bs and 0 0. He can only go up.
Hmm.
But he's not a with the three finishers, but the 4 pin, he's got the down on level two, only one way to come back on level two,
Yeah.
and it's a one.
He's balanced. He's very
Yeah.
well balanced.
Yeah. His level three is going to keep you down, but if you get him on defense, you're going to beat the living hell out of him.
Yeah, he's got a pin of 7-4 and two downs, both with a tag though. And so tag matches he can hold his own a little
Yeah,
better.
he's got 6 tags on his card.
Hmm. And at the time of this card, he didn't have a full-time tag partner. He didn't get a tag partner till the third set came out. And that would have been Homage. Who created Homage? Uh Geron. So
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. That one, I figured that's what that was.
Yeah, that's cool. Their characters are connected in that way.
So we'll have to get Jerron on to when we talk to his character.
Hmm.
He can give us more in depth.
Yeah, that's all the way in Promoter Madness 3.
Yeah, like this stuff goes back to 2006. If you people are wondering. So
Yeah.
here's who the winners were: Kevin Knipe or Knipe, Shane Topher, Cameron Keane, Stephen Griffin, Josh Ramal, Frank Engelking, Henry Smoke McNair. He's the only one who gets a nickname. John Yachek, Kevin Molesky, Dave Little, Rob Bobian, Matt Dickendesher, Brett Bays, so all three Detroit guys, John Harris, and Jeff Reno.
There's a few names in there I don't recognize.
Yeah. Kevin Knipe or Knipe, I recognize that name.
He
Shane,
did he did the artwork for those crazy cards.
okay.
Remember that bootleg brand? They were really nice. They actually started with the putting the headshot on the back and stuff, and they were all color, so they kind of changed the game a little bit with production value.
Well, it could be why his Assassin X card is the only one different. Like that,
Yeah, yeah, he drew that himself.
yeah. Everyone else was done by Werner, but that one.
Hmm.
And I don't recognize Shane Topher, Stephen Griffin, John Harris, John yeah, Chuck. I do remember him.
Yeah.
So, but this was very interesting because you got to see what was going in the heads of other people. If somebody said, "Hey, if you were going to get to create a GWF character, what would you do?"
Yeah. It's a good concept. And you know what else it did? I blame these sets for killing the bootleg sets that you would see at Galacticon every year. I think it really put a lid on it because then everybody was just, they were getting, because then this branched out into its own thing too with the territories and stuff.
Yep.
So I think that they kind of put a lid on the bootleg sets. It kind of dialed it all back a little bit, which is fine because and me being a part of it, it did get kind of out of hand with the
Well,
amount of when you had like it almost looked like the convention sales floor of like a Comic-Con when there was tables lined up, people selling stuff.
but it was a fun, neat idea, and it got. I don't know how many people showed up, thinking they're going to get in.
Yeah, I don't think that was ever anyone's main intention, but
but it was a fun, neat thing, and there were some people upset, because there were some, people who showed up for one convention and they got a card.
Hey, luck of the draw.
I don't think I made it into the second or third.
We both were in the third one, I think.
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, I've been to like 20 of these. I should just be put in.
I only got in because somebody, one of the ones who was drawn, didn't want to do it. They chose not to do it at the end. So I'm not in the picture on the back of the book for three. I don't think I am, at least. I think there's a note saying that. Let's see. I have it here.
So it's
Yeah, I'm not in the picture.
and then
No, we
Rob.
were in two. We were in two. I'm sorry.
Oh, we're in two. Okay, and
Yeah,
I thought Rob actually did a pretty decent job of keeping on everybody
he did. He did.
to try to get it and to make sure all the characters weren't, because we've all seen those bootlegs where you know they're gonna dominate someone's fed
Hmm.
or the gimmick is just way out there.
Yeah.
And none of these guys have a crazy gimmick.
No,
Legacy with three finishers, yeah, that's big, but
he's
his level two
balanced.
and three, his level two and three defense, not that good.
No, he's very balanced. Interesting story as he, gets better over time too.
Yep.
You get to see that full progression. I kind of wish they kept the territories going, but I'm
Well,
sure that was a ridiculous undertaking because there
anyone,
were hundreds,
yeah, anyone. I think there were ended up being 100 cards or something like that.
probably more than that. There were two territory sets, and both of those, I remember getting them in the mail, and those they were
Yeah,
stacks.
but I think in total it was about 100 cards,
Hmm.
and you could do whatever you want with them.
Right. The handbook was like 200 pages.
Like, I don't think I bought them all. I don't think I've ever used more than 10 of them, 15. I have ideas. I have them set aside,
Uh-huh. I
try what
remember
we
getting
do.
them and it being just completely overwhelmed. Like,
Yeah.
where do I start? The GWF Fed would be a fun one to run. There's a lot of interesting cards there.
Yeah.
I know I keep saying I'm going to do this kind of Fed, and then I don't even play my own Fed that I.
I'm gonna start a seventh Fed.
Yeah, yeah. But these guys are great to just drop in to fill holes and stuff like that. And
That's what I use them for.
hmm you're
You don't
having a
have to,
battle royal, you need to find more guys.
and you don't even have to keep them in your Fed.
Right. They could just be passing through
Yeah.
local talent or whatever.
You're wrestling on Dorado. Well, there you go.
Hmm.
You know,
That's a
you're
that's a good idea. Like do like regional guys.
yeah, you're wrestling in the Andromeda Galaxy. There's about 15 Andymen that you could just pop in.
That's what I do have to give people credit for the first couple sets. There weren't that many Animen because I feel like that's the most overdone race because they're fun. I mean, clearly they're
I
they're
don't.
fun.
Well,
They're
that
fun
and
to make.
I don't think there's any gladiators. Somebody ended up did making one, but I don't think there was any.
In the early ones, I can't think of any.
There was one guy. I think he came in set two maybe. He's a very weak gladiator, and then he does his cleansing, but he fails.
Oh, that's interesting. A couple guys from this set, and I guess we can wait till we talk about those characters, but became official GWF characters.
And just out of curiosity, were they all the Detroit guys in Molesky? They might have been.
Well, it was the Detroit guys, but not the Molesky character. At least I don't think Legend became an official character. I think he just stayed in the Z.
Let's spin us off over to Morbid.
There he is, Morbid.
Let's give Morbid a. He's got a. He's This was created by
We'll go in focus.
what's his name? There he is.
Stephen Griffin.
Stephen Griffin. Anti-hero is better description than hero when it comes to Morbid. An absolute loner. From parts unknown, Morbid roams the galaxy as a young and wild hardcore maniac fighting in the GWFZ. His only apparent character traits are that he loves pain and craves the action of the squared circle. A violent brawler, Morbid is more quiet and focused than loud and out of control. He can take loads of punishment and wears his opponents down with an array of hardcore moves. Bloody Straightjacket is a headbutt to the nose, followed by an overhead belly-to-belly suplex. And Morbidly Cruel is an anaconda tight head arm combination submission hold. Popular with fans, if for sometimes the wrong reasons, Morbid continues to align himself with no one, not even crowds that cheer for him in the GWFZ. No, I don't like GWFZ. GWF. It's a Canadian thing saying Z, but it's just he never accepts tag team matches, and where he is forced into them on occasion, he fights as if his partners were not even there. Without
That's
saying so,
interesting.
yeah, without saying so, Morbid remains focused on fighting his way to the GWF, where his wildest action in the galaxy awaits him.
I like the loner aspect of this card because he doesn't have a single tag on his card,
No,
which I always like to see because there's some people who just don't work in a tag team. And this guy straight up says he doesn't want to be in a tag team. So,
for me, he's a because I rank my wrestlers 1 through 5 in points.
mhm.
He's a 2 point guy. I don't know what hit. I could look up to see what his raw rating is.
35. 35 because it doesn't change in tag because he doesn't have any bonus. He's another one with a pretty good offense, but the defense is a little shaky there. He's got a low pin, but he's got 3 downs on his level 3 defense. So that low pin will get whittled down real quick.
Especially if he takes on somebody who's got multiple pins, like multiple finishers.
Hmm. So again, it's very balanced.
Yep.
I don't know how much of that was Stephen Griffin and how much of that was Rob, but either way, nice job.
I know I can say from experience when I did mine, um, it came down to two guys. Rob kind of talked me into my because I had a Greek god that I wanted to
Hmm.
bring in, and Rob did not like my game mechanic. We'll get into that on it, but
Yeah.
and it wasn't overly tough. But Rob tried to keep all the because that's one of the worst things you can do is every time you there's a wrestler, oh look, game mechanic, game mechanic, game mechanic.
Yeah, it did get some of the when they went to the territories, it felt like half the guys had a mechanic. Mine had a mechanic, so I can't say much. But yeah, I mean the bloody straitjacket on level 1 goes straight through to level 3. There's no agility check or choice or anything like that. Both his level 2 3 moves on level 2 go straight through. So he can get you down pretty fast and he'll keep you down.
Yeah.
He's got a ring rating of A, so he has a double out of the ring, so he'll probably do that more often than not. He's got a DQ of 6 though, so he's gonna get DQ'd a lot.
Yeah, but he's this is 2006, so this is the peak of ECW, ECW. So
I
that's
think
why,
I get CM Punk vibes from this guy.
yeah, it's if Punk and Raven had a kid.
There you go. Yeah, he's definitely a balanced card, an interesting character, the ultimate loner, just wants to fight.
We've had that before at the Ultimate Loner. You had Wolf,
Hmm.
but then Wolf even still had a friend in Proteus
He did, and Wolf was always part of a team too.
because that's
Uh,
that Muppet song. You got a friend in me. No, that's a
right.
Toy Story song. Yeah.
Toy Story, yep. Yeah, I like both of these cards. I wish I'd have spent more time with the GWFZ because they're for all fun characters, and I like what other people come up with and seeing other guys, creativity.
That's the thing though with the creativity. Just the seeing that people you don't know how they would come up with a character is the
Hmm.
part.
That's why I'm looking forward to talking to some of these guys about it.
Yeah. We just picked these two because one of them isn't with us anymore and we don't know who the other person is.
Hmm. So Stephen Griffin, if you're watching and you'd like to come on and talk about Morbid, we'd be happy to have you on. So there you have an invitation to join us if you do stumble across this video or you're active and we just don't know what your username is. We apologize.
That is 100% positive.
Yeah. We would never intentionally leave somebody out. Let's just say that.
If you do watch this and you get a random text from me, because you know I try to get people on the show. Brock's the computer guy who sets everything up, and I try to book all the guests. And it's
You're
just
you're the talent agent. I'm the producer.
and so if you get something from me in the mail, not mail but email,
Or messenger or something.
going through Facebook, hey, is this Shane Topher? Now this is something I wasn't too sure how it worked, but they all have a number like villain -8, hero +6.
Yeah, I think that was kind of like their place on the card.
I
Like or
wasn't.
how over they are maybe.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from.
Is it explained in the handbook at all?
No,
When we if we have Rob on, we'll have to have him explain that to us. That sounds like something he would put in there.
I can shoot Rob a text. I'll message him and go, hey, what's up? What's up with this?
Yeah. I think that's what it means, like just how over or hated a guy is.
Galacticon 2006, July 9th.
It's
But
almost been 20 years. It's hard to believe.
so those are that well, 19 years. So that's our first two guys in the set. There's how many guys in the set? 12. I
I believe so.
think it was a nice even number. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. What?
Yeah, I think the first set was bigger because you kind of had to have enough to start a Fed with.
Yeah, 15 guys. Oh, it's a big set.
It's a decent sized set, yeah. But it doesn't seem like anything once the territories come out. I love those territory sets though. I just like to flip every once in a while. Like of all my stuff, like they're never put away. Like I have them right here. That's why I was able to find these cards so fast because I always just flip through them
Yeah,
and look at them. It's like
I got mine broken up into 1 point wrestlers, 2 point wrestlers, 3 point wrestlers, and tag teams.
I broke mine out into the territories that they ended up in once the territory set came out. So it wouldn't be as overwhelming. Like if I wanted to do one territory, I could. But I like that idea that you said. I never like I need to start doing where my events are held. I always just hold the events and never really say where they are.
Yeah,
I,
I have mine like that where I could, oh, we're here. Okay, I might bring in this guy just for a test.
it's important. It's really important for the story because I mean, when you're watching a WWE show, they say over and over again where they are.
Yeah,
And they make they'll do a drone shot of the of the arena now, and then they'll
and
play up.
I've been on enough shows and know there's usually dark matches, and that's how guys get on if they're
Hmm.
especially for house shows.
Right.
Guys get invited to dark matches all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that idea. I might have to if I ever do play a GWF Fed again, I think I would do that and just have these guys on hand. A lot of them are tough though. That's the only thing. Like I think they'd have to fight amongst themselves, like you said, in dark matches and stuff like that, because I think they're going to hold their own against the GWF guys.
Well, that's why I have them ranked. You know, since
Yeah, you don't want to bring somebody in and they beat Thantos in what should have been an untelevised match.
Morbid's a level two wrestler because his defense is absolutely horrible. So once a good level GWF guy gets on him, he's
Yeah.
just going to beat the hell out. And there's a
Hmm.
Jody -1 power zero. He's not going to win a whole lot of those.
And I can say up until the second set of territories, all of them have raw ratings here on the COTG wiki, so you can use that too for how they fall in the ranking system here.
So we'll get on to our Mount Rushmore topic.
Hmm.
Since growing up, both Brock and myself were a big fan of the Muppets. We're going to do our Mount Rushmore of Muppets.
Now, do they have to be Muppets, or could they be Muppets that appeared on other shows like Sesame Street or Fraggle Rock?
Well, they wouldn't really be Muppets, but
All right.
I'm going to try to keep in the Muppet genre.
Okay, okay.
Except Kermit the Frog, he's a crossover.
He is a crossover. I think he's the only one, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to start? Or you want me to start?
It doesn't matter. I could go first.
Okay.
I'll go Gonzo. Gonzo's the best. Underappreciated. Good guy. Funny. Um, gonna go Rolf. I just like the look of him. Just a big fuzzy dog. Um, Kermit has to be on the list because he's Kermit. He's kind of the guy. And then I'm gonna go Swedish Chef as my last one, with Fozzie Bear as my honorable mention.
See, mine would be, and I'm going to count these guys as one, Waldorf and Statler.
Okay.
You guys, I love those
You
guys.
can't have one without the other, so they kind of have to be together. It's like
I love,
Beaker and
I love those guys growing up. They were probably my favorites. They made me laugh. And if you rewatch it, you don't realize how dark that show was.
yeah.
Like I rewatched the first season, and in like the first 8 episodes, there's jokes about having sex with minors,
Uh,
smoking, drinking, beating up of women, and I'm like, oh, no wonder there's a a warning.
yeah. This
There's a
isn't
warning
Sesame
in front of the
Street.
Muppets, and I'm like, whoa. And so after Waldorf and Statler, I'm going to go with Sam the Eagle.
He's a good one.
I liked him. He was so straight edged, and everybody just made fun of him for that.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Dr. Teeth,
Okay.
I liked him, and just because I think growing up, I used to always watch the Muppets with my mom, and her favorite was Animal,
Yeah.
and he kind of grew on me for that.
Animal's fun. He's the
Yep,
drummer.
yep. And then I would have to go with Sweetums.
Okay.
He was the great big guy because I was always like the big kid.
Uh-huh.
I kind of grew to like Sweetums. And if anybody doesn't know who Sweetums is, he was the big like 8 foot monster guy, always dressed in brown rags.
He looked like a Sesame Street character.
Yeah, he definitely could have, but he was a Muppet.
Yep. Yeah, I would have put the Fraggle Rock guys on there if I was allowed. I would have put Gobo on there.
So you got to draw the line in the sand with the puppet.
That's why I asked beforehand.
Just in case we get Grant on, then we can do it again and have more of a range.
There you go. Nobody said Miss Piggy. I always hated Miss Piggy.
Oh, I could not stand her.
Beaker's a fun one. Scooter was cool. Scooter was the guy who kept things running.
I wasn't a big Scooter fan.
Who else? Rizzo the Rat. He was a later one. He was more in the movies than on the.
Yeah. Well, same as the shrimp guys, and
Yeah,
they
Pepe or whatever his name was.
tried to create new ones as time went on.
Dr. Honeydew and Beaker. They'd be kind of one you would lump together as one, I think.
And it's funny if you remember the WWF did a crossover show with the Muppets,
Yeah.
and Beaker was related to Sheamus.
Uh-huh. That's funny. I forgot about that.
Like, so he was talking, and he's like, "Oh, yeah." because Seamus is talking to Baker, and he's like, "Oh, are you coming to the family reunion?" Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He could understand what he was saying. That was one of the better guest host episodes when they had the Muppets on there.
Yeah, everybody loves the Muppets, so you can't really go wrong with the Muppets.
Hmm.
Just always made me laugh with those guys.
Every once in a while, they'll try and do a revival, but it doesn't seem to have the same magic as the 70s and 80s Muppets.
No, and I think it's because the target market
Yeah,
has changed amongst the
a-
kids.
and political correctness is a thing and all
Well, like I said, it's on Disney. If you want to try watching the old Muppets,
that.
and you watch it, and you're like, easy.
A lot of old Disney stuff now has to carry a warning in front of it, which is I'm glad as a culture we've grown and learned a lot of
I, I,
what's inappropriate and what's not funny.
am I offended? No, I'm just more or less caught off guard. I don't expect it.
Yeah, exactly. It was a comedy show. It was basically live stand up with puppets.
And here's another little tidbit of humor. You know that song, that
Hmm.
song?
Yep.
Jim Henson stole that from a Swedish softcore porn movie.
Manamana.
Yep. So every time you sing that, that's from a Swedish porn movie that Jim
That's
Henson
funny.
took off. In case you didn't know. What? Porn movie? Yep, yep.
Hey, it takes all kinds.
But let's wrap this up here.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button so you can know when we post new videos and all that stuff. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. While you're here, scroll on down to the description where you'll find all of our friends who make Filsinger Games related content, including the official Filsinger Games podcast roll up, the Legends team's Uncharted Territory, Dizzy Dice from Lee Longpree, Solo Promoter from Grant Pachoco. Grant is also here on YouTube along with Dave Little's Heartland Championship Wrestling. Brad plays 81, Bucky 749, and after further review, I do Twitch here and there. Keep an eye out on that. The link is below if you want to give a follow, and you'll know when I go live. I'm not really keeping a schedule right now, but hopefully soon I'll be able to do that again. And yeah, that's all I got for you this time, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Night all.
Later.